I feel freer because I'm out of prison, but I don't believe I'll ever truly be free because, I mean, this country might be free relatively, but we're only allowed what we are afforded by those in charge. So we're throwing a barbecue, having food. I invited pretty much everybody I know and the neighbors. And this is kind of freedom right here. Hi, my name is Jed Miller, AKA East Bay Shorty, and we're in Bozeman, Montana right now. I was one of the first 3 strikers in California. They could hold me up or my picture and say, look, the law's not racist, you know, look what we got, this is our first one, etc. Anyway, so they struck me out and they gave me 25 to life for stealing a car and 2 bicycles. So basically after 20 years, they gave me $161, took me to a bus stop in Salinas, California, kicked me out of the van, and bye Jed Miller, have fun, you know. But after that amount of time, most of my family had died. The only one who was living is my mother. So when I went to New Folsom, I met this guy named Sparky. Sparky was single-celled for having a lot of violence against his cellmates. When Sparky paroled, he was a drug-addicted alcoholic from Hollywood, California. And so people might glamorize Hollywood and say, you know, ooh, Walk of Stars and all this. Oh no, there's like homeless people and like drug addicts all over. And so when that guy paroled from my cell, his chances were like 0. So when he left, I just like basically hugged him, you know, love you, brother, you know, have a good time. One day when I was at my lowest, I mean, I was heavily in debt, which is not a good thing to be in prison. I was very depressed and everything, and the cop comes to my door for mail call, and he hands me a postcard. He's like, hey brother, you know, I'm living in Berkeley now. I've got a full scholarship to UC Berkeley. He'd been clean and sober 8 years. He had a wife, he had children, and like he was clean and sober. And it was like such a shock. I was like, what? That dude made it? But it actually gave me hope. It gave me hope that one day I could be okay too. And so like right after that, it came just like at such a cosmic time, if you will. And because of that, like everything started to happen. Like they were talking about putting a 3 strikes amendment through the vote. And I wasn't trying to get my hopes up because it had been up before and it was shot down immediately. And but like, yeah, they changed the law. They took me back to court and they let me out of prison after 20 years. And during that time, I believe that, you know, I'm pretty smart. I know a lot of stuff, and like, I thought if they would just let me out of prison, I would be okay. Even after I was hit with him for like 5.5 months, which is so generous, and they never charged me a dime, I had no money and I was still quite depressed. But I came up here for a week and it just seemed like so peaceful. I mean, there's work everywhere. There's not a lot of crime, not a lot of drugs. It's so anti-California, I was like, yes. So I didn't burn my bridges in California, but I certainly crossed them. I packed up all my stuff into by car, and I just came up here, and things have actually worked out very well. And I'm still not happy, but I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I met a very nice person who had some psilocybin mushrooms. I simply want to ask the universe some questions. What I need right now is a reason to live. Because I'm tired of being depressed, tired of thinking about this. I don't want medication. I just want to be cool. So please, I'm gonna sit here and think during this trip, just show me a reason that I should live. And for me, mushrooms tell the truth. And so the truth isn't always what you want to hear. I was high enough to where the answers I wanted, I could not in front of me, but in my peripheral vision, I could see the universe like injecting me with these answers. They were letting me know it's cool to go. And as I looked around me, I realized that, at least to me, none of this has meaning. And that, whether I do this or not, my friends might not like it, but they're gonna be okay regardless. But it was truly okay for me to go. I believe this so strongly that I held on to this commitment for a couple days. When it's time for me to go, I decided not to for some reason. I say the mushrooms helped me because once they took me to that precipice, the suicidal thoughts went away. After all that time and all the crap and all the problems I had, at least I'm to a point where things are okay.